It's time to do another unboxing video. 2 days ago it was these guys right here, the Air Jordan 1 High. I was just counting the number of eyelets to make sure they were highs, and it was Air Jordan 1 High Pollen. So 2 days ago I unboxed those, and then yesterday it was all about how you can get your hands on these for retail if you want to. Size 28 centimeters, 10 in the US, 9 in the UK if you want your sizes. Check out those videos if you're interested in the unboxing and interested in trying to get your hands on them. The second installment comes right now. What we're doing today is we're unboxing the Oreo 5s, which have arrived as well. So and these will follow exactly the same pattern as those guys right there, the Jordan 1 Pollens. These Jordan 5 Oreos can be yours for retail out there. And I actually said in the video yesterday, what I'm planning to do is basically you cover the cost of the retail and the shoes and the transport, and they're yours. I'm not going to make a profit off them. That's the regular way we do it at the channel. But what I've said for those Pollens, and I'll say it for these Oreos, is I'll take the hit on the transport. I'll pay for these guys to come to you, but you have to pay me retail for them. So so I'll be happy to take that hit on the old cost of shipping and stuff like that. For these shoes in particular, because it's the first time we've tried this at the channel, me getting shoes, because I'm here in Tokyo, Japan, and I can get shoes on the sneakers app which aren't in my size. They don't go up to my size often at the sneakers app. So instead of just like seeing shoes pass me by, I thought, well, why don't I get a W in your size? And then at least I'm not getting L's all the time. Plus, I can pass them on to you at retail without making a buck on it. I don't need to make a buck on it. So so that's what's going on at the channel. And today it's all about the Jordan 5 Oreos, which we've got right here. So I'm going to unbox these guys today, and then tomorrow we'll talk about how you can get your hands on these and what you need to do to register your interest to try and get these guys. So first things first, let's unbox this. Yesterday, 2 days ago, when I did the pollen video, I was really surprised at the way the box came to me, because this is how it arrived in the post. It is a Nike box, and basically the information panel goes up here with no sticker or no taping across the top, just the information panel with my address and stuff. When I peeled off the pollen one, it came off real clean, but this one, you can see it's left a bit of damage on the outside of the box. So that kind of surprised me. But anyway, let's get into it and have a look at these guys. I was surprised 2 days ago with the pollen ones at the yellow design of the box. I thought that was only happening with the Jordan 4 Lightnings. So it was interesting to see the box be unique on those. And let's have a look at these Jordan 5s, and these are a bit easier to get out of the box than those Pollens were. So here we are. This is it, the Jordan 5 Oreo. I think I remember reading somewhere that this detailing on here that represents like the Oreo is unique to these guys, but I might be wrong in that. So it's a black and a white box with the sort of pebbled or print effect on this part of it, which definitely gives you that Oreo feel to the shoe. Jumpman up top, Jumpman and Air on the side. I don't see a hole. I remember I think it was when I got my Bread 4s, they had a hole right here, and I was advised to smell that hole, and it made me laugh, but it actually makes sense. So now I'm not going to be able to do this very easily, but I'll try and zoom in for you there, and hopefully you can see the sizes on these guys. So I wear a 12.5 US, and you can see that these guys are a 10 US, so they don't fit me at all, and that's why I'm happy to pass them on at retail to people out there. So it's a 10 US, a 9 UK, and 28 centimeters in Japan. So if you're interested, check out tomorrow's video when we talk about how you can have these guys for retail. But today's video is all about the unboxing. So time to open the lid, flip it back on these, and I always take a little moment before unboxing just to sort of enjoy that feeling, that little rush. It's like Christmas morning when you're opening your Christmas presents, you know. So Michael Jordan and your Jumpman. Let's have a look at what the Air Jordan 5 Oreos look like in hand. Ooh, interesting. I made a point of this yesterday, 2 days ago I should say, when with the Pollens it was an all white paper. I was expecting some kind of detailing yellow or something, and hopefully you can see that marbled or pebbled effect from the outside of the box is repeated on the inside, but it's a kind of, I don't know, it's close to a military green might be hard to see that, a kind of brown camouflage green sort of colour. So so let's do it. Let's have a look at these guys and see what they look like. Ooh, you can already feel the sleekness of that nubuck leather on these guys and that transparent outsole. Hopefully you're getting a shot of these easy enough. If you're not, I'll have them in hand in seconds anyway. So my first instinct, my first impression is, how white is that midsole? And that might be a function of the blackness of the nubuck leather on the top. So let's get these out of here. Man, just the same as 2 days ago with those Pollens. When I got them out of the box, I'm looking at them thinking, why don't these come in my size? You know, and or why couldn't I hit them in my size? It's a beautiful shoe. Same as the Jordan 4 Bred 4s I have, the black nubuck leather, really smooth, clean material. So let's get a bit closer and see if I can give you some idea of what's going on. It's I've never been very good at these, you know, unboxing videos to give you guys great shots and great details about the materials and stuff, but I do my best. So hopefully you can see that somehow, maybe the way that my finger is running across the material on the toe box here, you can see the quality of the nubuck in there with these guys. So so major detail on these is that, again, quite light. I was surprised how light those Jordan, maybe it's something to do with the size, because I wear such a big shoe. Maybe just that extra amount of like real estate makes them heavier, but these are a lot lighter than my own Jordan 5s, which were a gift from a viewer out there. Thank you for sending me free shoes in my size. Other details on the shoe, so the black nubuck leather, and then it's more transparent than white in the mesh on the midfoot side there, and an equally transparent lace lock at the top up here with the little, like, I don't know what you call that, lace lock is probably the best way to describe it. I don't know if I was a bit too low there and you couldn't see it. So one thing I talked about when I did the video on these guys was what was going on up on the tongue in terms of the embroidered and the stitched tongue. It's going to be hard for me to show that to you guys. And the tongues, to be honest, hopefully this isn't going to put anybody off, but I feel like the tongues have got an almost purple hue to them. Can you see that in the pictures? I hope it's showing up there. It's almost got a kind of a blue sort of effect to it. And the Jumpman himself is not so much silver as a sort of a silvery blue feel. So that's really interesting that the tongues are not quite as black as the black nubuck of the materials of the upper. So hopefully that's showing up on the green screen, on the camera. You can see around the Jumpman there's a sort of purpley hue to the tongue, and then the Jumpman himself has an almost sort of green feel about him. So so interesting details in those departments. The shark's teeth, the classic Air Jordan 5 feature, and in the case of these guys, it's the speckling in there which matches that the box that we were talking about earlier, and the paper that comes in the box, the speckled effect on those. The shark's teeth coming up there, and then of course that translucent outsole looking through to the Jumpman, with it's an odd design. Maybe in 1990, did these come out for the first time in 1990? This was like innovative, but that whole sort of solid panel in the middle of the foot there will not give you very much flexibility, you know, when it comes to playing sports like basketball. So it's a surprising feature of Air Jordan 5s, of all Air Jordan 5s, that have this very solid blocking in the outsole, but the translucence front and back, and at the front looking through to the Jumpman is a major detail on these shoes. Down on the inside, it's the Jumpman on the inside, and then the heel is often an important place to go with Jordan sneakers to see what's going on back there. In the case of these guys, it's an embroidered silver Jumpman, and hopefully you can see the colouring in there is very, very silver, but then when we flip it back to the tongue Jumpman, you can see the tongue Jumpman is a little bit different in colour, a little bit more sort of aqua or blue going on there. So it's kind of interesting that the tongues are like that. That's probably the big standout in these shoes, a big detail that's bigger than anything else. So interesting. I mean, I literally just unboxed these and we got no DS knots going on that shoe there. I wonder if that means anything. I'll have a look across at the partner shoe, and just the same. And you guys can tell me in the comments down below if you know, Jordan 5s deliberately don't have that DS knot on them, or if this is something suspicious. Maybe that's why I caught a W, is because these guys have have been opened or something like that. So there is a little bit of sort of imperfections in the nubuck. I noticed it more on the other shoe. Let me see if I can find one of them. And I was kind of like, that's kind of interesting. There. I don't know how easily that shows up on the screen there. It looks like maybe a little bit of glue or something, a little bit of residue on there. I don't know if it will wipe off or not, but it's just a little imperfection right there in the nubuck uppers, which are absolutely creamy and beautiful. A really, 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 really fine upper. Like I say, the Bread 4s being in black nubuck was a big deal. So that's a look at the shoe. That's an unboxing of the Air Jordan 5 Oreos here in Tokyo, Japan. Please tell me in the comments down below when these dropped where you are. I got them yesterday, August 25th. I hit a W on the sneakers app for these here, and I had been reading the drop date could be as late as September 11th overseas, which would make this a really desirable shoe to people out there if they can get it in hand weeks before the drop date in their local area. But then I read like today or yesterday, same August 25th the world over, so I'd really like to know if the drop date for these did go the same international as it did in Japan, August the 25th, or have I got myself one of the best shoes of the season in hand a week or two ahead of the regular drop date. And if that is the case, and I'm shipping these off to you guys for retail, you could be wearing these before the drop date in your own locale. So that's it. That's today's video. A look at the unboxing of the upcoming release, the already released Nike Air Jordan 5 Oreo, and what we'll do tomorrow is we'll talk about how we're going to make that sort of raffle idea work, how you can get your hands on them for retail, and the plan is, and always has been, there's a video linked in the description down below explaining it, that I'll send out shoes to people out there. If I can't get them in my size, I'll get them in your size for retail plus shipping. But I said in yesterday's video about the pollens, I'm going to take the hit on the shipping, and I'll give them to you guys for retail, but I'll pay for the shipping. And I'll do the same with these Jordan 5 Oreos. I'll take the hit on shipping and you can have them for retail. But if in the future I'll be looking to not be paying for the shipping, because I can't pay money to give shoes away. I can't make a minus on it. I don't need to make a plus. I don't need to make a profit on these, but I do need to avoid losing money on it. So in the future I will do retail plus shipping, but just for the pollens that we looked at yesterday and the day before, and just for these Oreos, I'll take the hit on the shipping. So with that being said, we're talking about videos every single day, yesterday, the day before, tomorrow, all that kind of stuff. And because I do videos every single day, I get to say the same thing at the end of every single video, which is that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.